Is Pogačar tempted?
Narvaez.
Is he tempted? Narvaez takes it up.
Well, it's
they coaxed Pogačar's team onto the front there, didn't they?
This is really interesting. You know, there were at 6s and 7s in terms of their distribution on the climb that Jonathan Narvaez has picked things up. There's been some stretching, but that little pause. By the time that Narvaez came through, there was a little bit of an opportunity for riders to take just a slight breather as Narvaez now piles on the pressure. Still 3.5 Ks towards the top, but it has split. A couple of gaps starting to open up as Tadej Pogačar on the drops, but look who he's got on his wheel. Ganna on the wheel of Pogačar, and then the winner a couple of years back, Mathieu van der Poel on the wheel of Ganna, and then we have the former European champion, Mathieu.
A little bit further down the line, you can see the second Ineos rider is Axel Laurence. He's still there. Romain Grégoire is still there as Jasper Philipsen signs off for the day with the #1 on his back, the winner of the race last year. Battered, bruised, and doesn't need to explain that at all. That would have been a tall order for him to have repeated the victory, as really this looks like it might be the setup. Jonathan Narvaez, this is the end of his effort. He won't be going on for much longer. Trentin pulls out of the line, so too do his teammate. Is this the moment where Tadej Pogačar is going to attack on the Cipressa?
It certainly feels like it. Round this corner, another breather. It's such a tight one here. Carrying so much pace, he's going to accelerate out of it again, but you do get the sense that this is something you're going to try and launch Tadej Pogačar in second.
Winding it up, and here we go! It's the Cipressa attack that everyone has longed to try and see, and it's Pogačar who opens things up, followed all the way by Filippo Ganna, followed by Romain Grégoire and Mathieu van der Poel. Can he drop them now? How much of this climb is left? 2.8 kilometres to go. The gap opens now. Can he exploit it? Filippo Ganna on the back foot. Van der Poel gambling that the Italian will bring him back to Pogačar.
This is amazing stuff, launched by Jonathan Narvaez, has opened up a gap, but again, this isn't a super steep climb. Look at the way that Ganna is winching back in, the world champion. What a ride by Grégoire on the wheel of Van der Poel. They are on the very limit. A glance around from Pogačar, still 2.5 Ks to the top.
Look how comfortable Mathieu van der Poel looks, though. He's read that perfectly. He has read that perfectly. Grégoire looking round as if he's a bit spent. There's a gap that's opened up to the rest. Maybe this quartet of riders are going to get over the top of the Cipressa on their own, or can Pogačar drop them still?
Look at the yawning chasm that they've opened up. There's nobody left in the same league. Ganna has now been detached by the pace of Tadej Pogačar. Can Ganna go again? He's fighting all the way, looking around, surveying the scene is Van der Poel. All he can do is wait, but Van der Poel does look relatively composed. Well, this race has detonated on this climb.
Well, we wanted to see this, didn't we? We wanted to see the showdown start on the Cipressa and not everybody leave it until the Poggio, and Tadej Pogačar has obliged. Look at that, obliterating the field.
Well, absolutely.
Ganna has battled his way across. So Ganna, Van der Poel and Tadej Pogačar have got a gap on everybody else. And will these three ever be seen again in this race?
Well, who knows?
Are they going to work together?
There's not a lot of organisation behind, because the speed that Wellens went at the bottom of the climb meant a lot of teammates were all over the place. I don't think that we'll see Van der Poel riding just yet, but once there's a flick of the elbow, this is the win up for grabs here. Van der Poel has won it before. Ganna's been on the podium. So is the man in the lead. Still 1,800 metres to the top. But where is the chase going to come from?
Well, Visma Lease-a-Bike at 6s and 7s. I can't see them getting organised. The big team to have missed out, of course, is Lidl Trek.
Yeah, the big
Where's
team.
Pedersen? Where is Stuyven? Where is that powerfully composed team?
The team that I did see that were relatively organised. There we go. Van der Poel is going to give it.
They're going to work. They're going to work.
This could be the move.
Well, so Van der Poel identifying that.
Look at the gap. Jaco Alula with still Grégoire in the gap. Still on his own, going over the top. This is
Pogačar goes again, allowing Van der Poel to do a little bit of work. Real pressure here for the Italian to stay on the wheel.
He is
Filippo Ganna trying to shut this down again, but Van der Poel looks on a really good day today.
Yeah, Van der Poel looks like he's on a very, very good day indeed. Now, again, these constant attacks. I think Ganna is just going to measure himself. The bit for Ganna where he can, that gives him a little bit of extra rope, is over the top and the bit in between the Cipressa and the Poggio, and then he can sit in and force all the chasing to be done. But Ganna is not giving up. As soon as the road levels a bit, that's where he gets the advantage. He's got the biggest horsepower by far, so he's using the climb to his advantage.
He's getting there.
Tenacious riding.
He's getting there, Filippo Ganna. Van der Poel looks around, checks. A big roar of approval goes up here on the finish line of Milan-San Remo. The local crowd, the Italian crowd, fervently hoping that Filippo Ganna can do the impossible here. Twice now he's responded to join this rainbow jersey club of Van der Poel and the well, the quite irreplaceably brilliant Tadej Pogačar, who sparked all this off and attacked on the Cipressa.
Yeah, it won't be long till they get to the top, only 700 metres.